Alright guys, so let's briefly talk about battle belt setups, otherwise called a range belt, war belt, whatever you want to call them. Let's talk about some do's and don'ts and kind of why we have ours designed the way we do. Rod and I's belts are extremely similar. He's got his on. I've got a few of mine out here on the table. So I've got my range belt, I've got my heavy belt, and then I've got my more like war belt, tried and true belt. And let's talk about what I put on them, how weight distribution matters, and other contents. All right, so some necessary items. As far as war belts go or battle belts, I like the HSGI belt personally. These two are HSGI. I also like the T3 belts. This one at the bottom is the higher end T3. It hugs my hips a little bit better. The HSGI belts, I've got the slim one, and then I've got the heavy one, the thicker one. They've got that cool anti-rub padding on them. They actually sit tight. I can't stand belts that flop when I run or move. They need to be pretty tight to you. Some guys prefer the 2-belt system. I just like the 1-belt system that I can just click on and click off. So on my bottom belt, my heavy belt, if you notice, they're set up very, very similar. I like to train pretty consistently. I've got my mid-ride holsters. So both of those are Safariland mid-rides on QLS forks with T-Rex Arms holsters on them. I've got my med kit. So this is an MFAC from North American Rescue, advanced model. A good solid pair of gloves, since that's my heavy belt. You know, we're crawling. It's set for 308s. I'll run the Scar Heavy. I've got a 5.56 mag pouch. I've got 2 308 mag pouches, 2 handgun, and of course a fixed blade knife. I think a fixed blade knife should be consistent on every belt. So the fixed blade knives here are all tops. It's a top Sierra Scout, a top Skinner, and then a tops Sneaky Pete. On my range belt, I want a tourniquet right front and center. That way all students know where it is and everyone can see it when I'm on the line. I've got my good old trusty shot timer. I've got holster, med pouch, dump pouch, tape for targets. And then I've got 2 rifle, 2 pistol, and then a Sharpie on standby for teaching, and then my fixed blade knife. Guys, honestly, as far as a war belt or a battle belt setup goes, this is the essentials. This is truly all you need. A good holster, my shot timer, my tourniquet, exterior mounted, some tape, a med kit, a dump pouch for the spare magazines, administrative reloads, tactical reloads, and then 2 rifle, 2 pistol, and a knife. That way everything stays consistent. What I don't like to see is, 6 or 8 mags on the belts and guys just overdo it. The belt should be streamlined and they should be pretty simple. Lastly up here this is a pretty heavy use, war belt setup where we have nighttime capabilities and everything else. I've got, of course, a holster. I have got that set up high for me to run with like a chest rig. This belt is really wide for better weight distribution. I've got a long-term sustainment austere medicine and trauma med kit on it. My gloves usually attached here. I just took them off so they would fit on the table. I've got Kim lights and everything loaded in this pouch. This is an admin pouch for my flashlights. This is more nighttime operations. I've got another dump pouch. I've got an admin pouch here for a Leatherman or anything else that we need to stick in our kit. And then these pouches right here were made by Naval Special Warfare. These are 1 rifle, 2 handgun as far as that goes. And then another fixed blade knife. So this is a lot of handgun built for CQB and then that long-term sustainment. So a pretty heavy belt setup. But if you're gonna be out for a long time without resupply, and so you just got your chest rig on, this is a pretty good, evenly distributed belt. All right, guys, so hopefully it answers your questions on war belts or battle belts. Put them in the comments. Till next time, I'll see you on the line.